Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Friday with Fiona. Can you believe it is September today? I don't know where the summer, I don't know where this year's gone, to be honest. And the big C is just around the corner. So hopefully everybody spent their bonus coupons by yesterday. That's good. The mini catalogue goes live on the 6th, which is next Wednesday, I think. Wednesday, yeah. So I can't show you anything that's inside it. I have some lovely products that just arrived that I haven't really had a chance to play with. The Berry Cute Bear, and that's also Berry Christmas, and there's Memories and More that goes with that. There's a punch, the Beautiful Stars, which I have just die cut. There's a wonderful folder, embossing folder that goes with it. Hybrid, so you can cut and emboss at the same time. These stars are just gorgeous. This is the holographic paper in the annual, but I just really haven't had time. So today we're using an online exclusive, and I've checked and the bundle is in stock. Let's get rid of my face. There we go. So the bundle is in stock. The stamp set, no, we're not straight. Hang on, this is going to drive me mad. That's better. Stamp set is £22 and the punch is 21, but you can get them together, save 10%, which is great. If you spend £27 in my online store by close of business Tuesday, no, not close, by midnight Tuesday, the 5th of September, I will send you the class for free. So everything that you need to make the projects I'm going to make now, you'll make 2 of them, and the tutorial with all the measurements and everything. So let's get cracking. Hopefully, I did these a few weeks ago, so I'm hoping that everything is in here ready. And I did a class the other day, which was pretty exhausting, and I had the dentist yesterday, which was pretty horrendous. Yes, I've got everything. Okay, so just some different colours. Everything I seem to see has a red truck. I guess that's because it's coming from America and red trucks must be big. This is one I cased from Deborah Harrison, who's an American demonstrator, and you would just put a little bag of goodies in there. We're not going to do that today, but it's cute, so I thought I'd have it on my desk. So what we're doing today is we're doing 2 cards and a little gift box. And then I have a card which I got at a recent swap, which I'll show you and will go on my blog in a couple of days' time. Okay, so this is Bubble Bath and Smoky Slate and Basic White. And actually, I love them. And you've got gifts. I've got loads of birthdays coming up. It's my mum's birthday this month, a very good friend's big birthday this month. So I've got a piece of Smoky Slate, which is 8 by 11. And I haven't embossed it. I'm just putting it down plain. I could emboss it, but I haven't. Now, let's use some Seal Plus and hope that it doesn't do the dirty on us. I've got some more on order. They're coming next week. I seem to have loads of glue, and then all of a sudden I seem to have none. So I guess I use quite a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on at a slight angle. It's not really going to the edges of the card, just and kind of in the middle. There we go. And then this is the no, they're not brights. What are they? Subtles, because Bubble Bath is in the Subtle family. Designer series paper. Just get my bone folder because I've got a bit of an edge to it there. Now I'm actually going to use the polka dot side. I love polka dots. So I'm going to use the polka dot side, and again that's going to go at an angle, but the opposite way. So just a bit. If you like everything lined up perfectly, I'm afraid you're not going to like this card, but it's just a bit of fun. So, and I'm just going to pop that over the Smoky Slate at an angle, so you've got the corners peeping out. Okay, then we've got the largest stylish shape, a circle in Smoky Slate, which I've already die cut, and then I've got the circle, sorry, the next one down, the second largest, in Basic White. Now this piece of card is for my truck, and the rest we're going to stick on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my circle, glue my circle on, my smoky slate circle on, because I don't want to lose it. And I have a habit of dropping things on the floor in this room and then I never see them again because there is just so much junk around. Oh, hello, that's finished. Okay, we'll be using seal for the rest of the live. Okay, so it's coming off towards the edge of the card like that. Okay, and then I will so that's for my sentiment, that's for my truck, but we're going to stamp straight onto the actual circle. So what do I need? I need my smoky slate. Nope, that's grey granite. Right, I need smoky slate and bubble bath. Should have got these out earlier, but hubby had a doctor's appointment, so running a little bit behind. Now, let's get a block. Let's get a couple of blocks, actually. So what I need to do is I need to do the clouds, and there's two lots of clouds. There's a filled in cloud and the outline of a cloud, and I'm going to actually do the filled in one in smoky slate. That's my bubble bath. And then I'm going to stamp my gifts, the outline, in smoky slate. So I just want a couple of clouds. I'm afraid they're grey clouds, which actually we seem to have outside right now. Okay, just a little bit of fun. Let's have another one coming on here. There we go. Right, that's my clouds. Now, as I said, I need to do my gifts. I need to do the outline. So there's lots of stamps in here. You actually get 26 stamps. So you've got trees, you've got the road, you've got palm trees, you've got clouds, you've got the edge of the truck. So these are the, right, that's the bit I'm going to do in bubble bath. So let's just clean the outline and then I can use that block. I'll put my cloud away, and that must be the outline of the stamps. Come on, shut. Oh, stupid case. There we go. Right, where's my circle gone? Okay. So the outline, and so now actually I'm missing a step. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stamp the outline of my truck in smoky slate, and then you can either stamp the majority of it, or you can use your blends. I actually use my blends, but to save time I might so that's smoky slate. I just need to punch this out and you'll see why in a second. So there's my truck. Okay, and let's give it a try. If it goes wrong, I can always turn it over and then use my blends, because I haven't actually used the, well, I have, because it's obviously coloured, but I don't remember using it. That's the outline, and then this is going to be in bubble bath. This is so juicy, this bubble bath. I think I need to take a little bit off. It's a bit too juicy. See how it goes. So I'm just lining it up. I've got a window and the hubcaps that I can line up with. So fingers crossed, because it will be quicker than me. Yes. Now there's just a little bit there, which because the ink was bubbling, so I'm just gonna fill in with my blend. And it's hardly noticeable. Okay, now there is more to do on the truck, but I'm going to punch it out and then show you how I line the gifts up, because it's really clever. Get that excess off there. Okay. Need that again in a minute. They're drying out actually. Shinies. Okay, so have I finished with the smoky slate? No, I haven't. Okay, so I'm just going to punch out my truck, line it up, and you also get an extra window and wheels, but I'm not going to use those on this instance. Just trying to line it up so you can see. So there's your wheel and actually not wheel, I use it as brake lights on there. Okay, but for all intents and purposes, we're done with that. Okay, so now what I want to do is take my circle. Let's stamp the road while we're at it, because then the smoky slate can go away. So I'm just going to see where my truck's going to go. Okay, so I'm just going to do the road so that he's not floating in the air. That's that. Now my truck is going to go there on the road. So my outline of my gifts are going to be in the back of the truck. So what I'm going to do is line up where the edge of the truck would be, the back of the truck. In fact, what I do is, just to show you, I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm just going to do a tiny little dot at each end. Okay, and I know that my gifts need to come down below that line. Or those dots even. There we go. That's fine. And then I think I can put the smoky slate away. Oh, I need it for the sentiment. We'll get it out again in a minute. Whoops. So this is my bubble bath. So it's two-step stamping basically. You stamp the outline and then I'm going to line up my gift. So I'm lining up the bow and the ribbon. Oh, lovely jubbly. And again, there's just a little bit of an overlap. So I'm just going to fill in with my blend. That's fine. Okay, so what else do we need? That's all we need in bubble bath. I'm going back to smoky slate. And I'm going to pop these away. So that's my outline. So you might be able to see better on the case. On the outline, you've got like the details of the bow and everything, and then that's the fill-in bit. So really, whoever designed that, really clever. Because they're small, they're relatively easy to do. Okay, so I've got my truck. Now I need my sentiment in smoky slate, sending you sunny thoughts. And I also need to do the edge of the truck, which is keeping the, so that's that. Oops, I'll put that away. Right, let's do the edge of the, I can't think what you call it, like a little mini fence to keep everything in. And so that's just going to go over the bottom of the gifts. Maybe it goes that way. Yep. Okay, so that's keeping my presence in place. Right, sentiment. So I did sending you sunny thoughts, which is lovely. There's a couple of sentiments. I'm not really sure. Like every day is a fresh start, special delivery, farm fresh. I'm not. And you've got wishing you a festive Christmas, which you could make the gifts Christmassy, and you've got a couple of Christmas trees there, the details and non-details. So I'm not making this Christmassy at all. So I'm sending you sunny thoughts, which I think is this long. Yes, it is. So I'll pop that away. And I've got a long strip, and I'm just literally going to snip the ends off at an angle. It's funny how some of the inks are really juicy and others are not. Sending you, really should do it lined up with the grid paper. Okay. Now I think I am done with the smoky slate. And then all I'm going to do is take my paper snips and cut at an angle. There we go. And that is going to go across our designer series paper with dimensionals, just like that. Okay, like that. Now, because I've done all my stamping, I can put my basic white circle onto my smoky slate circle. Oh, don't tell me this one's run out as well. Making sure I get it the right way up. That one was coming down a hill, but this one is straight. Okay. I really do love pink and grey together. I think it's a lovely combination. Okay, there we go. Now that's going to go on with some dimensionals. There we go. And all I need to do now is to put my, right, that was the other thing. I was going to just show you a little tip. So with the light pool party, I'm just going to colour in. So that's the back window and the front window. And when it dries, it just looks like glass. And then I need my smoky slate dark for the wheels. Oh. And the bumper. And there's just a tiny bit there that missed the pink. Right, so hardly any blending on that one. I used all the inks, and then I'm just going to pop some dimensionals on the back of my truck. And he's on the road. I've just got to line him up with the presents. Just put him a bit too low. Get up a bit. There we go. Okay. So relatively quick and fairly straightforward with the stamping rather than the blending. And I just love that colour. Oh, some ribbon. We've got some of the ribbon. I just tied a bow, and then I've got some dots. Now I think they might be berry burst, but they kind of reflect the pinkiness, if you see what I mean. I don't want it too big. These aren't my ribbon scissors. Let me get my ribbon scissors, because that's really not. That's better. Okay, so it's the only time we're using pink. And I'm going to pop that on with a glue dot. Oh my goodness, it's pouring. Oh, sun was shining 1 minute and now it's pouring. And then we're going to pop that on an angle there. Okay, so that's card one. I hope you like that. As I say, I really do love that colour combo. It's a little bit, the truck is a little bit darker where I've used my blends, but that's cool. So card one, there we go. Okay, card two. There's only 2 cards today, and then the third one is a gift box. And it's along the Christmas lines, so I don't need those colours. Actually, I might need... No, I don't need those colours. So I'll get those out of the way. I need copper clay and wild wheat for this one. And from the trees, old olive. They're a bit dark, so I might have used mossy meadow, but and this one is a different sentiment. So get that one back in the box. Okay. Right, so this card is another thick basic white card base. Oh, let me get my ribbon scissors away. And so this truck has got sunflowers in the back and 2 trees. Hold on a second. What's the matter, darling? Can you put your hoodie on, Mick? Hang on, I'll be back in a second. Go around there, please. Just go around there. Did you see Tony's just gone back from next door? No, there's no heating on it. Mick, it's... I've tried all the heating. Not working. It is working, but the house is warm. Look, do you want me to stop my video and come down and sort it out? No, you'll leave me there for more important than my house. I'll do it as soon. I'll come down as soon as I finish. All right? Sorry. Right. So this is thick basic white with wild wheat, and again, it's. So this one, for those of you that like things straight, it is. So the designer series paper, the card, start again. The card base is the usual, so half of an A4. Then this piece of wild wheat is 8 by 12.3, and the designer series paper is 7.5 by 11.8, and that's just going to go straight on there. That is finished. Right. Okay, so that's the base, and that's going to go straight on, just straight on flat, no layers. Because the labels are going to be layered and you don't want to add too much postage. Right, okay. And that's going right in the middle, so it's got quite a frame around it. of the card base. Okay, and then I've cut two nested labels. Now I've cut the same size, white and wild wheat. So all I'm going to do is trim the white one where the stitching is to make it that you get a frame with the wild wheat. So just going to literally, and you see the stitching just there, that's where I'm going to trim it. There's not even 1/2 centimetre, and then down the sides. Okay, and then I'll just use my scissors to cut. Okay, just need to cut a fraction more off that side. Right, there we go. Okay, so now you can see the wild wheat behind the basic white, because when I took the next size down, it was much too small for what I needed. So I just decided to do it that way. So I'm going to just glue that on, and then I'll do my stamping. Okay. There we go. And that will go on there with dimensionals. But first, and I've got another one, a little flag for the sentiment. So I'm going to stamp my trees. I'm going to stamp my trees and my truck in copper clay. So where is my truck? There we go. Just a little bit. It's very, very juicy. These are the in colours. Okay, so I'm going to clean that quickly, and then I will these are getting a bit dry. I need to wet them again. And I will stamp the inside bit in wild wheat. So the same as before, I'm just trying to make sure I've got good coverage. Again, it's very juicy. And lining up the window and the hubcap. Oh, I see that. I filled that in before, but it's deliberate. Okay. I'll just get my wild wheat. There should be a bit more up here. Okay, leave that. What do I need? Wild wheat. Where's my card gone? What's on? Need old olive for the trees. I'll just do the tires again, and then I can punch it out. Right, and this time we'll do the pool party on the glass again, and then I'll punch it out because I want to see where the trees are going to go. So the trees, it's supposed to look like you're driving past the trees, and then in the back of the truck you've got sunflowers. So let's punch out our truck. And I've also used Wink of Stella on it as well. Whoops, I'm going to use my tweezers to keep it in place. There we go. Gone everywhere. Right, so that's my truck, just my pool party from the windows. And the other thing you can do, which I haven't got time to do today, but I did do it on this one, is take your wet glue and just put it over the window and then leave it to dry. That's another option. Okay, so here we have the truck. I'm going to need the road again. I'll do that in copper clay. And stamp it off because it's very dark. There we go. Just across the bottom there. And then I need my tree outlines. Okay, tree outlines. That's that one. So that's also going to be copper clay, and again I'm going to stamp off. So I just need to pop my truck so I can see where my trees are going to go. Okay, stamp off, and then I want one there and one next to it. Now I deliberately didn't stamp that one off because it looks like it's closer then. Right, okay, then I'm going to need, on this bit of paper, I'm going to stamp the actual greenery of the trees in Old Olive. And line up the branches. So the first one I've done dark, the second one I'm going to stamp off, and again it will look like it's at more of a distance. There we go. Okay. Right, now I need to stamp the sunflowers. I should have enough left in that bit of the truck. Again, it's the outline. Okay, so that's in Old Olive, and then the actual sunflowers. So clever the way you can line these up in Wild Wheat. But I will stamp that off, otherwise it'd be too dark. I need to see which way around. There you go. So is it? Yes, it is that way. Okay. And then I just would colour those in very quickly, but I'm gonna, because I've got to cut these out now. Okay, so I'm just gonna very quickly straight along the bottom, and then just giving a little bit of white around the edge. Actually, I don't need to do that because you're not going to see it. It's going to be under the truck. Okay. Right. So I've got my truck. I've got my sunflowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them so they're just joining there, and then pop a dimensional over the top. Like that. And then pop it on the road with the sunflowers in the background. And that is going to come down from the top of the designer series paper with dimensionals. Actually, I'm going to use the edging because it's a lot to peel off otherwise. And then just a couple in the middle. Okay, so pop that in the middle of the card, and I'm just eyeballing it. Like that. Get all these backings out of the way. And then I'm going to stamp special delivery in Old Olive. Special delivery is there. And we'll just pop that flat. Right to the edge of the Wild Wheat cardstock. Okay, now I'm just going to get a bit of linen thread. More speed, more haste, less speed. That's it. So I want not too big, not too small. That'll do. And then that's just going to go on the top with a glue dot, a rolled up glue dot. And just put that there above the nested label. Okay, Wink of Stella. Okay. Right, so there's card 2. Now I have put some iridescent rhinestones on that one. I'll come back and do that later. Okay, thank you for your patience. So the third one is this little treat box. So it's real red truck, and I have punched out in real red the hubcaps, and I've stamped a tree, a Christmas tree. And the designer series paper is from Gone Fishing, or Let's Go Fishing, or whatever it's called. Okay, so here's my template, and I've already cut the bits I need to stamp and the designer series paper. So don't forget, when you spend £27 in my online store, you will get a full tutorial with all the measurements and everything. So I've already scored it. It's 27.3 by 12.7, and it's scored on the long at 3.2, 12.1, 15.3. And then on the short, it's 3.2 and 9.5, so 3.2 from either side, basically. And then I'm going to get my bone folder. And fold all my lines. So it's basically a box with an attached lid. So that's my template. So you can see where you need to cut. So basically just cutting up to the score line to get the flaps on each line. And then just cutting a little slice out of there. And I tend to cut up the outside of the score line, so you don't have that little bump in the way when you're folding it. So I haven't done that side, that bit there. Okay. Oops, didn't cut that very well. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so red's a bit bright. So that should now match my template, which it does, because I don't need that. Right, so now I'm going to put my designer series paper on before I glue everything. I'm going to get a new, don't know if there's much left on here, but we'll try. So I'm doing this for the top of the box and both bits inside. So if I undo it and show you. Like that. Okay. So that's going to go there. Now you can do this now or when you've made the box up, so entirely up to you. It is easier when it's flat, is the only thing I would say. And that's the long sides. so that is the front. Okay, and then on mine I have also done there and inside and the back. Okay, so we need a bit for the front. Don't know what that bit of black ink is. Let's cover that up. And what size circle did I use? So the back, which is here. Okay, and then this bit is going to be the bit that comes up. Okay, so that's going to be our sides. I'm just going to get my pegs and use wet glue because I'm nearly out of the other one. Okay. Gosh, it is really pouring. It's a shame it last day of the kids' holidays today, and it's, you know, the weather really hasn't been good this summer. Not complaining because I don't like the heat, but feel sorry for the kids. Okay. And that's going to go up like that. If I get my peg the right way around. And like that. Okay, so that just needs a minute to dry. While that we're doing the ups, the lid. Oh, and there is one thing I've forgotten to do, but I will do that in a second. Pegs. Okay. So for the lid, I'll just take a 1-inch circle punch and eyeball it halfway up, and then you get your little bit to pull out. Okay, so just pop that away, give it a minute to dry. I'm going to do my stamping. So we need the truck stamped in. Oh, I haven't done the insides. So that's for the base and that's for the lid. So I'm just lining that up inside, and the same with this one. You don't need to do the inside. I just think it finishes it off a bit. And because it's wet glue, I've got a second to get it in the right place. There we go. And it'd just be cute for, you know, a little Christmas gift or something like that. Okay, so the ribbon that I'm using is also an online exclusive. It's dotted ribbon. And basically it's going to go right the way around and tie a bow. So I haven't actually measured how much I need. Let's get these pegs out of the way now. And there you go, it shuts like that. Okay, so now I can get my ribbon round to do my bow. And then we just got to do the truck and we're done. I don't know if you can hear that rain, it really is torrential. I didn't think it was forecast. Sorry to be going on about the weather all the time. Now, the only issue with this is because one side, you can, as you can see, it's got the gold showing. Is just to do your best to kind of, when you tie your bow, to have the red come through. Like that. Okay. So I'm just going to manoeuvre that in place. I'll trim that off later. Pegs out of the way. And because this paper is very vanilla, I've used very vanilla. So that's for my sentiment. Clean my special delivery. So I want wishing you, I think is it, yeah, wishing you a festive Christmas is going to go onto this. This is a Stylish Shapes label and it's just going to fit perfectly. I'm going to stamp that in Mossy Meadow. I think my block needs a bit of a clean. Oh, that's Old Olive, so we want Mossy Meadow. Okay, wishing you a festive Christmas. And line it up on my grid paper. There we go. That's good. Okay, now I need to stamp, again in Mossy Meadow, I need to stamp my tree, my Christmas tree. So again, you've got the outline and the detail. So that is the outline. We'll do the detail first. Which one am I doing my truck on? No, I'll do the truck on that one. So this is, I'm going to stamp that off. And then I'll just go over that with the detail in full strength. No. Yeah. I love the way you know where to put them in the case so you don't lose anything. I think it's easier to do it the other way around actually. Well, that's okay. Right. Yeah, I'm going to need to wet these again. Really not. I had a class the other day and obviously it got used a lot. Okay, so all we need to do now is the truck in basic red. Not basic red, real red even. I really do want to give that a good clean. Although it seems to be pretty marked already. Probably the copper clay. Squeak, squeak. Okay, so that's that one in real red. And how could I use my mask? I didn't realise that was there. Real red. And then we're going to punch it out. Oh, let's just do the glass and the wheels. This time I've left the lines there. And the bumper. Okay, and punch that out. There we go. So it's going to go on our box. We've got wishing you a festive Christmas, and then it's going to be above that. I must have used double layer of dimensionals for that, I think. Oh no, it's on top of the ribbon, so that's why. Okay, so dimensionals, nearly finished. Okay, and put it over the edge of the ribbon like that, and then the truck will hold a bit more, plus the tree. Now, where's my tree? I need to just cut that out. If you have other dies with trees or punches with trees, you could obviously use those to save you a bit of time. A little bit fiddly this one, but there's not a lot to it really. Okay, and then I better go and see if my husband's warmed up a bit. There we go. So that is going to go. Actually, I think I will put it on there first. Okay. And then we'll put that over the ribbon. Wishing you a festive Christmas. Okay, that was the original one. So I think I've done it a little bit too high up there, and just need a bit of Wink Stella. So I'm sorry I need to rush off, but thanks very much for watching me. Don't forget, if you spend £27 or more in my online store, you will get everything you need to make 2 each of the 3 projects and full written tutorial sent to you. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend. Bye.